Okay, now so we had already a few classes by in writing the Xingtao style, right? So far, I think based on the feedback in the homework which you have done and other classmates have done, right? I think your stroke are much smooth right now. So in a way that to achieve the smoothness when you run the brush, right, is actually the first and foremost the most important uh, part of the Xingtao writing. And then on top of that, right, for this different type of Xingtao, when we at the first class we said, there's Kai style, Xin style, Xingtao style, and Cao style, right? So between the Xing style and Cao style, we are learning that in the middle part, which actually you can easily switch to the Cao style and then switch to the Xing style, right? So that's actually in the middle of the Xing and Cao, right? So when you learn, right, especially when you are learning this calligraphy for the painting, that means you'll be writing on the painting. Your character also needs to match your painting contents, right? So for example, you never see some people write high style calligraphy on the painting, right? Because it's totally not matching. So when we learn the Xingtao style, also that, let's say you are painting 大写意, big 写意, right? So your stroke might need to be more towards the Cao style to show the artistic side of the writing. All right. So today, right, besides writing a poem that's matching, so today we actually writing the poem for peony flower, right? And also we're gonna learn a little about when we go for more Cao style, which is more the connected style, how should we balance or we should call like to make the whole writing look more professional, more stylish, right? Okay, so first character, right? This whole sentence, right? The sentence is called "唯有牡丹真国色，花开时节动京城." Right? So the meaning, right, of these two sentences, right, is meaning that only the peony is the true color, 国色, right? 国色 doesn't mean the national color, right? It means the best color in the country. So only the peony has the best color in the country. When the peony bloom or open, right, the whole country knows about it, right? So this poem was actually written in Tang Dynasty. So it's actually Tang Dynasty, China, the capital is not Beijing, right? It's actually Chang'an, which is not Xi'an, which actually is the peony where the peony grew, right? Okay, so let's start with the writing. While we do the writing, I'll explain each one when we're writing it. So the first character is Wei. Wei means only, right? Or Wei Yi or something like that. So this is a normal writing for. When we do the Xingtao style writing, I think for this course, I'm trying to write full character for you to practice, right? Instead of single parts of character first. We have written, all the parts at the first and second class, all the different parts on that. But I'm not going to focus on that because I think ultimately, right, it's the complete character you need to write to make sense, right? So when we write each character, take notes the different part of this character. You see, this character is actually have three parts: left, middle, and right. So when you write this, although normally we consider the right hand side as one single character, but when you're writing, you need to take notes the three parts. How do we balance, or how do we make sure the proportion is correct? So on the left hand side, the code, right? As normal, we can write like this way. So press down and then go up to the right, coming down to the right. You see, this is one single stroke, right, to finish the original tree stroke. Take notes of the connectivity inside, because as long as you use this one for most of the characters that on the left hand side use this one, it should be the same stroke. Right? Try to memorize how we break this one. Now the center, this way in the center. To balance this character, we actually need to stretch the center a bit longer. So what do I mean by stretching a bit longer? Right? You can actually go on top here, right? So this two is original, is it one, two stroke, right? So when we do this, you see, if I'm going straight in the middle, it's not good looking. So normally what we do by separating the stroke means this stroke, then the second stroke goes a little near this one, but it's not hard vertical, but instead it's actually coming this way. You see, this way original was like that, but to balance rate, if you go straight, it's actually very strange. So if you will do this one, would be better. Correct. Once you done this, right, this stroke is actually connecting to the right hand side. So what do I mean is actually when we're coming down, right, we will go up here, right? So go up, coming back, right? And then from here, you go up. You see the brush go up, and then coming down. Coming down, you can come one stroke, two stroke, three stroke, coming down. So yeah, so in the way that how we're writing this character in Xinchao style, right? You can see actually the middle part is longer. Then the left hand side and right hand side much shorter, right? Then also, if you take notes, the angle that when we talk about these two characters, see this one, the angle, and this one, the angle, they are much more parallel. Right? So this one, when you're writing, you need to take notes on this. Right? The parallel, make sure you know the whole thing goes, you know, when we look at the calligraphy writing, right, whether we feel the words is well written or not well written, right, it's actually kind of this type of parallel. If you see this one, you write this way, then this one, you write horizontal, right, then you will not feel the parallel inside, the style inside. So when we do a lot of this type of writing, I'll take note of that. Okay, let me see writing. Correct. So this part, also this part need to be a bit shorter. You see, if you're dragging long, right, it doesn't feel balanced. It feels the right hand side a bit heavy. So this one, the slash coming back, right, is actually to balance the whole thing, right? If I don't, right, then you see it's like this. But if I put a little bit, it's like dragging down a little bit. So this side I need to keep short. Cannot go too long. So, and also the stroke, it needs to be similar size as the top. All right. Yes. All right. Now, this is the first character. Then the second character is you. You may or the you. I will write the normal way, and I will write a way that's more towards the Cao style, right? Because like I mentioned just now, if you are writing that for some the painting, you can use the special way to write. So the normal way for you, right, is actually like this: cut in from top, coming to the left, going up, then come back. So it's actually go in and to the this one representing the top. All right, and then the yue on the below, right? This side coming down. You see where do I start this row? Then coming up, coming down, go up here. You see in this writing, yeah, right first. In this writing, where do you start this one? The yue, right? It's also very important. If you move a little to the left, also no good. Move to more right. This one should go in the same line as your top one. So if you look at the structure of the character before you're writing, take notes, you know, how you balancing or how you connect it. And then if you look at these two characters, you see this angle and this angle, they are the same, correct? These two angles, they are the same. And when we write in the U, right, you see all like that. And then if I write this one also in that direction, then that means the whole character look like slanted, right? So what we do is actually inside the this year, right? What we do is actually have horizontal and slowly coming down. So if you look at the direction of these two strokes, dragging the character, the overall character feeling down a little bit so that they look more balancing. Instead, if you're writing something like this, if you write, you write like that, everything go up. You see the whole character, it becomes slanted, which is not correct. Using the correct way to correct stroke to balance your character. See your thing. So I think the second character, this the angle, right? The angle when you got coming down, this one can go this side, the right hand side can go a little longer. Correct. Can go a little longer than inside. Is middle, like this one is horizontal, right? Then this one is coming down a little bit. Yeah. Correct. So when we're writing calligraphy, it's very different from the normal way we are writing the single characters, right? So don't need to be like single character, we go very parallel like that, right? It needs to balance, right? Because all the Qingtao, even the Kai style also is actually starting a little angle, 15 degrees to the height, right? Now, this is the normal Qingtao. Right? If we are going to go a little more Cao style, right? How do we write the Yu in this way, right? It's a particular way to write the Yu. It's actually like this. So on top, right, from here, you're gonna come in down, press down and coming down, one stroke, going up, one stroke, coming two stroke, coming to the bottom. This one can go over a little bit. Coming to this side, turn a little bit down, go left, and then do one more stroke. This is also Yu, correct? But this Yu, we say is more towards the Cao style. Just mark this on the side. And put the Cao, right? On the side. So this is more towards the Cao style for it. This way, you see, this way it looks like completely different, different to the Yu, right? It's actually if you learn the Cao style, right, which is the even more connected style. This one below, representing the Yue, the moon, is Yue, right? It's always, whenever you are writing in the Cao style, you always go this one, it's this one. Skip the center stroke. So this one coming down, go up, 1, 2, turn, coming back. Right. Now it's Wei Yu, right? Now it's Mudan. Mudan is a move, right? This character is a left to right structure. So the normal writing, we actually go, you see the normal one, the below is long, then the top is short. Correct. This is the normal way to write this character. And in the Xinchao calligraphy, how do we write? For this character, we writing the first stroke, the left hand side is always left hand side. You see, this one is like new, right? The core, the ox, the character. When we're writing this one on top, we will connect the stroke. This one coming down from here, turn up, right? From there, go up, coming down again, right? But this one we don't do straight. You see, there's a curve. Then to the left, going up. From here, I go up again, coming down. To the right, then finish. So if you look at this character, right, very different from original. Original, the below is long, the top is short. This one, right, the below and top almost the same. There's not much longer than that, right? But if you look here, right, the whole thing we actually completed almost in one stroke. The pattern, the so-called the connectivity is from here go up, right? Then everything is connected now. We are also connecting this way, this stroke together. So in the Xingtao style, a lot of writings is actually connecting the two parts together. You're writing. Correct. Good. Good. Right. When we writing, take notes of the angle. The left hand side, let's say not straight, is actually a bit bending inside. When you go the right hand side, go up, you see also bending inside. So the whole thing look like, you see, like that coming together a little bit. So it's more balanced, right? So the beauty of the Xingtao style, right, is not only about connectivity, it's also the balancing of the character. Right. Next one is dan. Dan. The normal way to write the dan, right, is this one dot on top. Now, if you write normal way, this character is not good looking. But when we do the Xingtao style, right, we will change a little bit. See the normal way, right? Why we say if you write normal way in Xingtao, right, it's not good looking because this one, the left hand side, if you go this way, it's actually go in parallel, make the two stroke in parallel vertically, and normally that's not a good structure to write in the Xingtao style. So what do we do, right? You see, Xingtao style, we mentioned the connectivity, right? So first stroke, we are starting from the left, right? So in a way, how do we write? It's actually on the left hand side. So we were coming down to, if you look at the stroke, it's not going left, not going this way, but it's actually coming to the right. Right. Why are we coming to the right? Because the next stroke, we need to connect. Otherwise, you need to connect this way. This way, we are going inside and then go up. Go up until here. And see, do a small turning from here. And then this side, straightly coming down and to the left. You see this one coming down, go up and coming back. This one needs to be longer than this one. And then, Suri, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because just now it says internet connection not stable.
Yeah, you were out for a few seconds.
Oh, okay, no problem. Now it's back. Okay, then now below the middle, this stroke, long stroke, we are going from here, right? See, coming down, go to the right hand side, and then from here, right, we coming inside and put the dots there. This is the harder way to write that, right? If you see these two characters, you can actually also use them, right? Put the pin in the name, right? You can just use it. Now, when we do this way, right? Just now as explained, right? Instead of going left, right, we are going right a little bit, right? Because the connectivity we want to achieve is from here and go up, right? And then coming down. Also take notes, the left hand side is a bit longer. The distance from here is a bit longer than the right hand side. This will apply to all the character writing. As long as there's a horizontal stroke penetrating, go through the character. Remember, this one should be always shorter on the right hand side. Good. Good. Yeah, a lot of progress I can see. So we can do that. Good. Right. Now, next one is Zhen. Zhen means real, right? 真国色. So this is Zhen. So this one in the Xingtao style, right, also has a particular way to write this character. So how do we write this character in the Xingtao style? Right? It's actually like this. So on the left hand side, we're coming down a little, right? Then to the right, tick up, then stroke up on top. You'll come down one stroke, turn, two stroke, turn, and tick up. Tick up, right? When you tick up, your stroke goes to the left. And so you go down here, left, go up, right. You can see this character look very different from the original Jin, right? They don't have this one. The two side is actually skipped in the Xingtao style. If you look right, if you add here, it looks similar to the original character. But inside here, right, the turning here, right, is actually representing all the strokes inside. So if you more when you practice and write more, a lot of character in the inside like this structure can be simplified to this one. So same, right? If you look at this character, always left, right proportion, left long, right short, right? Then balancing, right, is actually this one going up, right? This one coming down to balance the whole character, right? Okay, let's see your writing. Good one, good. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. Next one is Gu, right? Means country. 国家的国. When we're writing this character, also take notes, right? A lot of Xingtao style when we're writing, right? The changing of the stroke inside the character is serving the purpose of the connectivity. So same for this one, right? You see the left hand, the stroke coming down, right? From here, cut in, coming down, and from here, right? It's similar like just how the done. From here, you go up. You can have a take, don't have a take, both fine. Have a take meaning that is connected. Then coming up here to the right, coming down, and you see instead of having this one stroke, we actually use this curve to skip the stroke below. And inside is 4. How do we write this? Inside sun going up, coming down, up, down, right? So from here, right, you can actually tick down and then tick up until your stroke going up until here, and then from this coming down. Inside, original inside, don't need to tick up, so just coming down, right? Then you can put the dots here, right? Then the other connectivity here to go in a little bit parallel the left hand stroke. So this character a bit more complex, but when we're writing, take note of the small detail in the center. Right? You see this stroke and this stroke, they are in a little bit parallel, right? And then this stroke coming down, these dots, right? Do not dot here or dot toward. They dot just inside the empty space, the middle, right? The connectivity, this one coming down. Simplification wise, right? If you're writing any characters that has this part, you can always do like that. Let's see. You see, so this side, your left hand side is good, but right hand side a little bit in too parallel with the left hand side. The right hand side should actually go straight, go down straight, because normally left hand side we slanted a little bit to the left, so the right hand side should go straight and then turn. Yeah. If you do this way, right, it's more balanced. All right. Next one is Su, right? So that means color. Su is actually not an easy character. It looks very simple, this character, but it's actually not easy to write for this one. Reason is because it doesn't have a very balancing top-down structure. The top one is shorter. The bottom is actually, you know, it's not straight, square, or horizontal, right? So the top one, how do we write? The top one, usually this one is 1, 2, right? But in the writing, we don't do like that. So we do this way. See, coming down, go up, coming down again. So which means I'm skipping the center. The center, I'm using this a little connectivity here just to show that little bit like that. But I do not do a horizontal. And when this stroke coming down, right? You should actually go from here, right? Go to the left, go to the right, and then coming down more to the left. Why we need to come more to the left? Because this angle here, right? Then in the center, right? So here, coming down, go right, top, take up, then to the left, here, right? And then coming to the left, and then to the right. From here, right? Take up from there. Take up. All right. Let me see that. Right. Correct. Good. So this one, below this one, you need to curve up a little bit. This one curve, and not very straight. Curve a little bit. Yes, correct. Curve a little bit. Why we want to curve a little bit, right? Is because this character, to balance it, right, is because the top is almost like a very separated stroke and very simple, like 2 stroke on that. But below, if you go straight, it's actually a little bit hard, right? So below this one, the angle, right, is also to balancing the top. If you write more, right, the balancing inside the character, right, it always happens like this. If you have more this angle stroke, you need to have some more this angle stroke on the bottom to balance. If on the right, on the left hand side, you're gonna have more this type of stroke. On the right hand side, you can go straight or go a little curve like that. So almost like you see, if you look at the 2 angles, right, it's actually more dragging the thing to one point. This one also dragging the thing to one point. Okay, this is so. So we finished the one sentence, another sentence to go. Next is Hua. This one we will use a lot in the painting tool. So you write different type of Hua. So how do we write Hua in the Xingtao style? And the top coming to the left, press down, take up. This one no need to actually, I say I want this very smooth stick up, it's okay. The top one we just want take up to the right, right hand side and coming down. Take up, coming down. See the stroke are connected. And then below here, right? See, here we go up. But this one we go short. And then coming down, a long one. This one you can just stop like that. No need to go very thin, very sharp, right? Just stop like that. It's actually when you're writing, especially for things like a flower or things that has an obvious meaning, very clear meaning. I remember the he, the lotus, right? It's also similar on the top left. So this one, when you stop here, right, then you can actually come up here and then just coming down one stroke. You see this stroke is a little straight, and to the left when I finish, right? Because I want to actually turn to the other side. So when I go here, I stop and then go to the right hand side. I don't go too much outside, so you don't write here. Just go a little outside here, right? And then I come down one stroke, tape up, and from here coming down, right, then to the right hand side, finish there. The normal writing for we to write Hua, right? The normal writing is normally here is a tick up. But for this one, we don't write a tick up, right? Because we want to actually dragging this side down. If we tick up too much things pointing up. Writing. Good. Yeah. The left hand side, this stroke can go in a little bit, right? Because if you look here, right, this one we are more lining with the top one. So this one, yours, right, can just go in a little bit, right? Other than that, everything else is good. All right, so this is Hua, right? When you can practice more on this one, because a lot of paintings, right, you can use this character. So, now, next one is Kai. Kai. Simplified Chinese is this one. Kai. Traditional is this one. I think in Japanese they're also using the same writing for this second one. The Kai, the normal way to write the normal Xingtao style. So normal Xingtao, there is also a simplified version of that. The normal way to write this Kai is on the left hand side. Here we go up and then coming down, go inside. Yeah, and then this one, I'll do a turn from here, do a turn coming up and then to the left. This one is different. Normally you see the other character, we just know the Dan, the Bo, right? We are going in, but this one we go to the left. Later I'm going to explain why we go left. From here, right, go to the left. You can stop and then going up. On the right hand side, on this part, need to be a little higher from this. One coming in and coming down more and take out. This stroke may be a bit rough. Let me write again. Coming down, right? Go up. Actually coming in now. And then from here, right? It's actually coming in and then do a turn and then to the right hand side. Of course, if you write normally, right? For this side, we do is just, you can do like that, and then it is the normal way to write it. But in here, right, we simplify it to this coming up, 1, 2, down. Like that. This one is a bit rough. You can read again. Let's finish this character. So inside it's 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason why we're using this side coming to the left instead of coming in, right, is because inside this character they're writing has a long stroke in the middle. If you see, if I don't go to the left, I go to the right, it will look very strange because this and this will become more like a cross, right? They don't have this angle that's really conform to, a bit of line to the top. So instead of whenever inside, you have long stroke like that, you should actually go like that, go outside a little bit. Right. The 行草 there's another way to simplify this more to the top style. I will show you how to write that one first. On top, what we're gonna write dots. Dots from here to the left, coming down. And from here, right, you can actually go up to the left, and then do the turning to the right, finish, right? Then you can come up here, do a stroke like that. This is also kai, means open. In the Cao style for this one. Let me rewrite just now the normal way to write. The normal way, top, down, a little turn, go up, right? This one go to the left a little bit, coming up, and to the right hand side, and going upwards. Do a turn here, I turn back here, right? Coming down, going up, inside out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this, need to align a little bit straighter. Okay. So this is the correct way to write just now this character on top. Right, let me see switch writing. Good. So this one, the K, right? Inside here, right? This one will more in the middle between the two characters. You see, it's actually, see this one is the same, yeah, in the middle better. And also when you write this one, the top, still, you see the top one, the bottom one. You see the bottom one, this side is still a bit longer than, this is a bit longer than right hand side. Correct. That's right. Okay. Next one is 时, right? 时间的时. 时, right? The simplified Chinese is this way. 时. Traditional Chinese, this one 时间, right? Is this way. The right hand side is 寺, right? I mean 寺庙, right? Temple, right? So why this character means like that? Because in the old time, right, every family, we don't have clock, right? So every time you want to know the clock is actually the temple will knock on the the big bell every hour, right? So that's why there's actually the temple shows you the time. So that's why this character. This character in the Xingtao style, right? We can write the traditional one. I will show you the simplified. The traditional one, the left hand side, similar to what we do before. This one coming down, go upwards, coming back, and go in, right? So no need to do other things, just go in. Right hand side, take note the top and the bottom. The top, we go one stroke here, go up, right? Coming down a little to the left. Take note, left longer, right shorter. From here, right, turn to the left, go up again, go up, and then the bottom, right? See this one, we're coming down, and then we go like this. We don't do the tick, we go down, and then go down for the turning, right? You have the dots there. Correct. See switch right. So this part, this angle, yes, needs to be a little thicker to the you see, basically this stroke I go quite straight, and I only until the bottom then do the turn. Correct. That's don't do turn too early. come down and turn. So this is the traditional shi, right? The simplified shi, right? This character has a much more easier way to write. I'll show you. This way to write is like that. We come into the left and then go up. From here, right? When we do the turning, remember the left and right connection, right? We connect directly to the right. Then tick up. And from here, we actually coming down and go up and do a dot here. This is the Xing Cao style for the Mo Cao style for the Shi, the simplified Shi. If you compare the two, you see the two looks like this one very long, this one very short but very wide. Correct? It's because the traditional it consists much more stroke on the right hand side. So when you're writing, you're trying to stretch the height a little bit so that it can contain all these strokes. But for the simplified, because on the right hand side it doesn't have a lot horizontal stroke. So what we do is just by shortening it but widening the character. This one, if you do very we say not wide, it's not good looking. You see, it go this one here. Then if I go like that, narrow the distance, is not good looking, right? Because this one, if you and it doesn't matching with the other writing, so you need to make sure this one can go a little wider but more narrow, but more short. See. I think through this one, the stroke, this one stroke can go a little bit to the right. Would be better. Yes, a little bit to the right. Correct. Move a little bit to the right. Good. Come back. Next one is jie. Jie also have two ways, right? One simplified, one traditional. Simplified jie, right? Is this. Traditional. Traditional way for the jie. I think in the US you use traditional, right? A lot, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. We learn one by one. The jie, right? On the top one, this one, when we writing, simplify. You see how we write. You see the jie, right? Is similar to hua, right? On top is cao, right? 草字头, right? So when we writing this one, the top also the same. Left go up, right coming down. Same, similar to the hua. All right. Yes. This the 草字头, right? On top of this one is normally separated into 1, 2, 3. Instead of going through in the middle, we actually all move it down. All right. And then coming down below, right? So this one will come down, and then to the right. Then this one we will turn up. But you see the original, this one doesn't go through. But in the Xing Cao writing, right, we will need to go through. So this is going up and coming in the middle. Just coming down. This is the shu, right? The xuanzhen, right? The 垂录 can use both depending on the writing speed. If you write faster, say you write very fast, you can use this sharp finishing for the xuanzhen. This one 垂录. Now this is the simplified. Let's see everything. Good. The stroke is good. Okay, Now let's try the traditional way to write. The traditional way to write, the top one, this one, this one we call 草 means grass. This one means 竹 means the bamboo, 竹字头. So how do we write traditional? The 竹字头, right? This one will coming down, go up. Each one is actually like this. This one go up and go up, right? When go up to the right hand side, because normally it will be used only on the top, right? And then this one will lean back. So this tool was actually changed to this tool. If you remember any character you encounter this one, you can write the top like that. And then this one coming to the left, and from here we do the left hand side. So this one will coming up, coming down, go inside. Right, inside also coming down a little like Kai just now. You see this Kai also the same like this one. So we're coming down. This one will do a turn to the left hand side, coming down and going up. Have a dot there. Correct. Then the right hand side is very important. This one, the right hand side, we call the J, right? This character, we will change it to not change it. We will relocate a little bit down. Instead, if you go up, right, it will look like too slanted, right? So we want to balance a little bit. That's why we actually go this one down a little bit, right? This way you can just do like that. Correct. So we go down a little bit instead of going up. If you go up here, you look, it's looking like too slanted, and because there's no balancing stroke here, to balance stroke, you should come down a little bit. I think the traditional one, right? This one. This one you have the J like this one, another J. Also like this one. Writing. Through the right hand side, this stroke, the vertical stroke can stretch a little longer because we want to balance. Yes, correct. Stretch it a bit longer. All right. Good. Yeah, that's good. Correct. So whenever you encounter the top one, you can just write this. Just remember. Okay. Next one. Next one is 动, right? 动, which means 惊动, right? Or like a shock, right? So the traditional, right, for this one, the 动, right? A 中 on the left hand side and li on the right hand side. Simplified Chinese for this one. This character is also not easy to write, but once you master the structure, you can write a lot of things like this. This character, why it's difficult to write? Because the left hand side is more complex than the right hand side. You see the left hand side, and the right hand side is not hard, not vertical. It consists of stroke of slanting to the left. So when we're writing like this, what do we write? On the left hand side, top one. Normal when we're writing, we go this way, but for the Hintao writing, we will go bottom up and coming down. So this one slash down and coming up again, slash down again, go up and coming down. Inside, you see inside here, we will do a turn, stop right there, and then coming to the top, coming down, up, this stroke is important, is even go upper. Now you see, if you compare the angle, right, and not in parallel, it's actually this, and this, right? And this stroke, right, is similar to just now with right. Left will connect to the right. So we will start from up, right? And you see, I'm actually going to the right hand side and coming down a little bit, right? Then take up, coming down, and then take up, and do like that. I'll do another stroke. Correct. So this one, when you lift up a little, right? Then this angle go a little more flat. This angle, correct, a bit flat here to the turning. And if you do flat, right, this gives you more space to put in the current. And then this stroke in the middle. And also the right hand side, if you compare the height, the right hand side is similar like this level. It's actually yours is going up a little bit. You can come down a little bit. All right, let's try again. Good. We try this again. On this side, go up. Go up, coming down, right, coming to the left, or go up, turn, right, coming in, turn, side, and then go stop right there, right. All right, and then on the top, so this one go through the center, coming down, pick up to the right, coming down, and then this one now, you see all the way I'm taking up, right, halfway, I will start to turn horizontal, and then from here, I will coming down again, take up, start from the middle, and do down again. So this one is supposed to be in the middle, correct? Yeah, this one much better when you correct. So this is dong. Now the simplified dong, how do we write? The simplified dong. The simplified, the left hand side and right hand side are much more similar simplicity. So complexity. So left hand side, so we go like this. Right. Then this one you can actually have the tip. If you don't want to connect the two characters, right, you can actually come down, curve up, and coming back. And then on the right hand side, right hand side, we also turn a little bit up, like more flat, coming down, going up, and stroke to the left. So if you look at this character, a little bit different there is actually the balancing points is not one stroke, but is the whole character on the right hand side. If you look at the angle on the left, right, like that. But the right hand side, the angle is more flat. So this is the way, yeah, correct. And try another. Yeah, you can try another one. So left hand side, press down, coming down, going up, coming down, take up. So from here, right, you can do a dots. Right hand side, a little more flat. Then from here, do a turning down, going up. Here, one more stroke. So it's more stroke wise, more the same also. See your writing. So the first stroke, I think the second one you did is better. The first stroke, there is a little angle. Then the second is more angle, and the third is more angle. So it's more like these three stroke, right, are actually coming to connect in one stroke, like that, the angle. Yeah, the top one, I think the second one, the unfinished one you wrote, this one, the angle is correct. The third one, the one below this one, right? This character, this one a little bit more and same. The angle a bit too same. Yeah. Correct. Little flat. Yeah, that's look better. All right. Good. Now, next one is Jing. Beijing, Dongxing. Jing, right? This character very interesting. If you look at the character, it's like a person wearing a big hat on top. Because Jing, right, means the capital, right? So in the old time, all Asian Chinese, right, that means people with that big hat is in the capital. Right. Okay, so for this character writing, this traditional and simplified, they are the same. So the top, you press down and take, right? Press down and take to the left. All right. This one is on the left, we go longer, right? We go shorter, right? So actually go like this, press longer, then the right shorter. Right. All right. If you separate the stroke, it's gonna do one stroke by stroke. But it's actually when you do like this, when you do a little connect faster, right? It will be actually this one will coming down from here, right? Then we will go up again and coming down again to the right. This tape, as I mentioned earlier in the other class, very important. If you don't have, it looks unbalanced. If you have, it looks balanced. And from there, right, we actually coming down up a tick down and to the bottom. Right, from here, the turning is actually from here, like one left and right. This stroke looks strange, because look how come like a C there, right? It's actually not. Essentially, this one will do the dots. Then because this one will come to the right, like that. So if I write another time, okay, it's like this. The top coming down to the left, to the right, coming down and come up, right? Then coming down here, right? You can do the dots here and then turn to the right hand side. All right. So this is not a C or any, it's actually, this one is actually more for the connectivity, which means the stroke will come into the right like that dot. Okay. You see. Okay. So this one, the bottom a bit shorter. For Jing, normally if you write standard character, bottom is actually needs to be a bit shorter. This is all we also call this wider, shorter character. Right. All right. Other than that, it's all good. Yeah. Okay. Next one is Cheng. Means the city. This one the same. Traditional, simplified, they are the same. Whenever you have this left part, the character, you need to go heavy for the first stroke. Right? So this one means two, means earth, right? So this one take up, and then coming down, and then going up. You see these two strokes, they are actually coming to one angle, right? So normally the left hand side we go heavy. Right hand side, so this Cheng, right, we actually go a bit different way to write. So what we do, this one come down, sorry, go up, right? Then we coming down This one, instead of slash to the left, we do a short stroke. From there, we coming up to the right hand side. 1, 2, tick up like that. So this meaning is this part. Correct. And then this tick up to a little bit similar height, go a little higher. Just a little bit higher. Then this one coming down to the right and then tick up. Correct. And then on the top, right, we're gonna put the dots. The dots, right, for this one we want to put here. Instead, we put a bit lower because we want to balance, right? So put a little bit lower and then coming back. Let's see. So this part can go a little smaller. This part here, yes, correct. So this part we go smaller, and then you see the balancing also. Take notes. When we balancing the character, see we put in the dots here. It might too high, it look like. So we actually dragging down a little bit. So then the top of the character look like that. Let's write this again. On the left, 1 up, tick up, coming down, left, going up, and then in the middle, we will coming down. A short one, no need to go long. Then from here, going up to the right, coming back from here and go up. When you go up, turn to the right hand side a little higher. This one coming down. Then from here, tick up. And the dots do not go high, go a bit lower. From here and coming back. Take notes inside this slash, right? Yeah. Sometimes, right, you need to balance the character like this single type of stroke. This one, where you place it, right? Sometimes you can place a bit lower, sometimes you can place a bit higher, right? But these all depending on your writing. So I think it's very good that if you are during the writing, you can just write slow first, right? Slowly write and take notes of the balancing stroke first, and then once you get a few rounds of writing the same character, right, you can go a bit faster. So when we go a little bit faster, right, that's the timing that for the very good Xingcao stuff, right? So you see, it's actually going to go up. You can go faster, and it will become something like this. So which means you're gonna see a lot of connectivity. The stroke. Like that. This one a little bit heavy, should not be that. Should be a little thinner. So when you go faster, right, it's actually more more those connectivity stroke will be shown in the writing. You see, when you write a bit faster and say this one go a bit longer, right? Then this slash you can also move down a little bit so that it looks balanced. So this one, I think this slash here, you can just go a little bit longer for the second one, correct? A little longer. You see this one, when we go longer, right? This one will also move down. This one should be in the middle. This one and this one in the middle. Correct. Yes, correct. Then the correct. Yes. So this is the whole point in the grid paper, right? Let me write also in the plain white paper. So this is also more good for you to actually to write on your puny painting, you know. So this time I will write a bit smaller, not so big as the practice one, because I want to show more clear. Stretch. All right. When you write in a paragraph, right, one thing we want to take notice is the size. There should be like big, small, cannot be everything very big. So say we are writing from here. So first character we coming up to the left, to the right, then from there, and then the top one slash coming down one more, then to the right, going up, coming down, 1, 2, 3, slash down. This way. Now, second, you, right? We will use the simplified one. The simplified one will be like this, coming down, slash up to the right, 1, 2, then this one to the left, sorry, to the right, turn to the left, and then one more dot. Remember we said it's actually the lower parts. So you see, this one we go big, this one we go a little smaller, right? Then the next one is move, right? So on the left hand side, press down, going up, coming, turn, right? Turn, a little bending, right? A little bending to the right, and then from here turn to the right, and then going up, coming down, and the slash move. So you see, move, we write bigger, right? Next one is done. Done is like this way. So we coming down, but it's actually to the left, right? Then we go up, right? Go up, and to the right, coming down to the left, and then in the middle, right? We actually go through, but shorter on the right hand side, longer on the left hand side. We put the dots. Because your topic is done, right? So we need to actually make sure these two characters are bigger. Right. Then the Zhen, right? Zhen, we will write like this. Coming down, going up. Okay, from here, 1 turn, 2 turn, going up, 1 dots. These dots are you can go original, like that dots, or you want to go this one also can. Because more is more serving the connectivity. You go this one also can. Then next one is 4. 4 means from here coming down, right? Go up, right? We want to the right, turn, coming down, and then we just turn back, slanted, straight. Inside, go up, 1, 2, 3, turn, right? You can stop and go also can, but you do turn, right? Also. From here, we go down, the top in the middle space, right? Dots, and then coming back. So the next one, so you right, so top, down, going up, 1. Ignore, skip the stroke in the middle, right? Coming down and go up, and then coming down again to the right hand side, coming down, having 1 stroke to the right, and then 1 more, right? From here, go inside, the curve up a little bit, right? And then do the tick, curve up a little bit. And then the next sentence, right, is 花开. So right, 花 dots take up. When you write Xintao style, take note the ink inside your brush. Sometimes it's dry, too dry. Like you're losing the ink, it might break the stroke. So left, going up, coming back. Horizontal stroke, coming down right here and stop. Then this one align with the top, right from here, then to the right, here. Finish balancing the character. Then the kai, right? Use this bit more to the Cao style. 1 dot, 2 dots to the right hand side, and then from here, right, you can actually coming down. And if you want another, essentially you can come down again from here, right? So go up, turn, right, and from here, right, you actually turn to the horizontal stroke. This one also can. Just now we do same like this one will coming down, and then we actually turn this way. It's actually the same because the zhen, right, but the kai, right, the bottom one is, you see this one is actually this one will simplify. The top one will simplify to this one, and inside the kai, right, is actually more simplified like this way is what, 2 horizontal, 2 vertical in the under the character. Now next one is 十. We're using the simplify, right? You do turn right to the left, and this one turn to the right. And from here, right, remember, do not go center, right? We go a little to the right, right? Then from here, turn off, and then put the dots. The dots will put here. If you put here, right, it's not balancing. Put here is balancing. The next one is Jin. Right, from the right hand side, left hand side coming down, take up. All the same character, all using the same stroke here. This one will come back. And from here, we go up, and then we're coming down. Go to the center, and to the left, we'll come down a little bit, and then go up. Right, from here, you can do a dots here. Right, and then on the right hand side, a bit lower than this one, right? So you should go here, and coming down, and then just stretch this a little longer to finish the jig. Then the next one is dong. Dong is this way. Go up, coming down, left, right, turn. And this one in the middle, wake up. This one turn, right? And then become horizontal. Tick up. Slash. Don't. Next one is Jing. Press the dots. Coming. Left, right, coming down, going up. Stretch. This stroke stretch a bit longer. And then you can coming down here, right? So turn this way, the dots to the right. Jing. Next one is Cheng. Left hand side. Right in the middle, a little shorter, coming up. 1, 2 dots. Take up, lower, then in the middle. Okay. so this is the whole thing you can write on your the puny painting. So I will also send you the simplified, I think the meaning of this point. Yeah. Any questions, Sue?
No. Let me see. Yeah, the English meaning would really help.
Yeah. But as long as you painting any puny painting, right? You write this point is absolutely correct.
So if there's no space for the whole 2 lines, is there a
Oh.
shorter few words?
Yeah. If you you actually you let's say for the smaller painting, you can also write this sentence, this 5 characters. 牡丹真国色. A lot of people actually only write this 5 characters. Or another one, right? If you don't even want to write that one, you can also just write 国色. Because a lot of terms we are writing for the puny, right? It's like 国色天香, right? So we can write another one. This is the 4 character one. You can write this here. 国. Right? 色. 天 香. This is the same character when we do the puny painting in the classroom. I think normally I would write you these 4 characters. You can also write this 4 characters in the painting. 国色天香. You see the 香, right? The original 香 is this way. 香 is this way. In the 行草, right? We actually turn it to be like this.
No other question. There's a lot more practice.
Yeah, a lot more. But I think by writing more, then we remember all the stroke connection. You will write more. It will definitely help on other, because Chinese character, it's not like English, right? Chinese character is created by different character. See this one, the Kou, right? On the right hand side is Jia, right? And then this one, the Cao on top, Zhu on top. So if you know more writing, then when you encounter other characters using the same parts, right? You can reuse, most of the time, you can reuse the way to write and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just practice.
Yeah. So still, yeah. Okay. So still we are still writing in a more, even in 行草, right? Still we are writing a bit slow in the we so-called more clear type style so far, because if I go directly for the normal, the quick writing way, it's very difficult to learn that. But that is similar to painting, right? It's actually when you the faster, more connected style is built on top of this. So when you get more familiar, and also, for example, later when I send you the Chinese writing for this one, sometimes you can write a few characters like 牡丹, like 国色, right? 花开, all these you can actually use for the painting. These few short ones, you can practice good, then it's all good for the paintings. But ultimately, right, I want you to be able to by writing more and understanding the connectivity to be more used to the calligraphy brush. Although it is the same as painting class, a painting brush, but once you get more familiar with that, right? Or when you're writing a bit faster, then it becomes your own style, writing style, right? So that's also why actually there's not much what we so-called the fonts that to learn for the Xingtao style, because it's very personalized style. It's not like Kai style. You can actually copy the book right from all different fonts that's you can learn from. For the Xingtao style, it's much more. The ultimate goal is to have your own style of writing, uh, instead of copy the different type of fonts. Because for Kai style, believe me, all the ones writing the good Kai style from certain fonts, they are actually writing the same. You cannot separate who wrote them. So, and also it's not good for painting too, right? So I think ultimately once you get more practice, right, on the different writings, and when you write a bit faster, then that becomes your own style. The most important thing in the learning process is actually to get the good habits of writing, good habits of writing, good balancing, and good structure. And then when you write more, right? Today and last class, I think we do have a bit more um, writing. So I think I want to give you more on the overall writing first. And then later we can write specific terms, right? Maybe next class we're gonna write short terms, but a bit more short terms that you can use for different type of paintings, right? So I think that will help your painting and that will help your. I think I saw your painting. You also start to write on that, which is very good, right? Always start first. Don't be shy. You know, we have other classmates in the classroom when we learn it, also a little bit shy. You know, even they you once you started, right? Calligraphy and the Chinese painting, they are the same in the perspective that you have to be confident, right, in writing. Sometimes you might not write very nicely, but actually the cursive mode is actually, I would say, if you don't have any writing fundamentals, you go straight for this one, it's actually easier, better to write. If you go Kai style,
Yes,
it's not good for painting. When you learn, you know where to use it, right? But I
yeah.
think, yeah,
I find the cursive is much easier to make it look artistic.
correct. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. Because it's also the cursive, it will be more good to actually have your own style of writing. You know, some people they write a bit heavy stroke. Some people like to do the fine stroke. But the connectivity and the balancing in the characters are the ones we are learning now. So whether you write thicker or write thinner, right? That's actually ultimately it will be your own features in your own writing. Good.
And I got a question on brushes.
Yeah.
I can never get the ink out completely.
Oh, after your writing, right? This one, the writing typography, very important is actually you should put it under the running water. And if you just put in a bucket to wash like that, it's never easier to get, especially in the bottom parts of the brush. There will be ink, right? If you write, maybe you put there, I think now it's winter time, a bit dry, and you put there, put there 1-2 hours, right? Then this ink, right, inside the bottom, they will become harder, right? Harder than when you wash it, very difficult to wash out. So good thing is after writing immediately wash it, right? If right, let's say during your writing, then let's say you have something urgent to do, but you will come back maybe 1 hour later or at least like 2 hours later to continue writing. Then no need to wash your brush. Then you have the cap, right? The cap for the brush with the ink inside. Cap it. Cap it. There is also, I think nowadays, there also, I saw last time, they actually come out a ink, the ink plate with their cap, right? And then has some water inside. We keep your brush white, in case that you have something to do outside, right? And then later come back, you can still use the white brush. The problem for the Chinese brush and the ink, right, is that it dries super fast. It dries very fast, especially it's dry weather, right? So when you wash it, right, try to use your hand to press on this part so that squeeze out the hardened ink inside the roots of the brush. Another thing is do not use boiling water for the brush. It will hurt the brush very badly. So you can sometimes get very hard. Don't need to rush, just put in the water bucket a bit more, right? And you sometimes you use a little bit detergent also can use the dishwashing liquid, right? A little bit can. It will clear, the brush will become white. Normally when you write longer, right, the brush will automatically become black. That's natural because the ink will accumulate inside a lot. Some ink cannot come out. Yeah, but a good way is actually each time when you finish, right, immediately wash it under the running water.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, to do more practice on this, right? Later I'll send you the Chinese character for all this, right? Then, next class I will we will do, like I mentioned, we will do more short terms, but more different for different type of painting also. Ultimately, once you get writing, because if I explain some of the turning, the technique, I think I explained at the very beginning the single stroke, but later when we after some classes, right, then I will explain again. Then you can actually understand better, and then we take notes better in the writing. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care. So, yeah. Thank you. And later I'll upload the
Bye.
video sent to you. Take care. Bye
Thank you
bye.
very much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye bye.